Good morning. This is Colonial News with your main anchor, Naverto Chapa.
And co-anchor, Alyssa Foster.
Today, we'll take you on an inside look on last year's Louisiana Purchase by the executive branch of government,
While explaining what led up to the Louisiana Purchase, how it was made, and the impact of the purchase. Now back with Colonial News to take you on site at the west bank of the Mississippi River, where Clarence will be informing us on what led up to the Louisiana Purchase.
Thank you, Alyssa and Naverto. Now, as you can see, I'm here at the west bank of the Mississippi River, where it's pleasant temperature around 80 degrees. Why don't you follow me and get closer to look? I might add that it's also a little humid out here. So, we're here to talk about what exactly the U.S. needed this land. It was because nearly half of the American produce came from frontier farms. To ship their goods back east to the seaborne state, the settlers had two options, all right? They either, took the difficult journey overland, and no one wants to do that. And numero dos, the option was simply ship their goods down the Mississippi River, as you can see right there, and then out to open sea. Now, concerning the trade of the produce, people were getting mad. For the main reason, the Spanish cut it off trade throughout the Mississippi River for all foreigners, including the US of A. Best country in the world. And they would rather become colonists of Spain so their goods could pass through the river. Initially, Jefferson knew that the power of the federal government wouldn't be enough to purchase the land, so he went against the Constitution to buy the land, which was being hypocritical due to his strict following of the Constitution. Dang, it's humid out here, sucker. Thank you again for the peeps listening to Colonial News. Now back to Alyssa to fill you in with more history of Louisiana Purchase. Another major factor was the eagerness to move westward after the American War against the British. Having Louisiana Territory was extremely important for American commerce and Western farmers. Thomas Jefferson sent James Monroe to Paris to negotiate the purchase for only New Orleans and possibly the west bank of the Mississippi River.
Monroe negotiated $10 million for New Orleans and Mississippi Territory, but instead was met with a bargain of a deal. For only $5 million more, the French announced that we could buy all of the Louisiana Territory, which stretched from the Gulf of Mexico to Canada and from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. Now, an inside look on never-seen footage of the purchase of the Louisiana Territory.
Well, look who we got here. Okay, Frenchie, I'll offer you 10 big ones for the New Orleans area and the west bank of the Mississippi River. Well, how about that?
Well, that's a generous offer, but how about all the Louisiana Territory for $15 million?
Well, by golly, that's one heck of a deal. I'll take 2. And there it is, folks, footage of what really occurred during the signing of the Louisiana Purchase. But what happened after the signing? Lucky for you, we got all the answers to your questions.
Okay. To start off, the main reason the U.S. wanted Louisiana Territory was because it was critical to American commerce. Owning Louisiana Territory...
Go.
Owning Louisiana Territory allowed farmers to use the Mississippi River and port city of New Orleans to ship their crops to other places, and was also a way for the farmers to get paid. After the purchasing of this land, the U.S. doubled in size, and there could be again westward expansion, which was also known as the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Louisiana Purchase also contributed in turning the U.S. into a continental power.
Oof, great work. Now, because the U.S. doubled in size, Americans began feeling their country was like extremely important and began to feel a major sense of nationalism.
To conclude your colonial news of the day, Norberto and I are going to reflect on a few major points from today's broadcast. Firstly, without the Louisiana Purchase, the U.S. would not have control it has today over the Mississippi River and New Orleans port cities to conduct trade. Secondly, the U.S. wouldn't have had so much land for farmers and would have led to a negative impact in American commerce.
And lastly, without the doubling of the U.S., Americans wouldn't have felt their new sense of pride or power. That's it for today with Colonial News from Alyssa and I. Have a great day. And remember to tweet us at Colonial News.